touchdown throws. It's the Commanders and the Eagles, and it's coming right up on Madden NFL 23.
We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the 7th-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His third NFL team, Carson Wentz. Wentz first play going right to the air. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz, that's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Now a 1,000-yard rusher a season ago, Antonio Gibson with it. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 21 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
1st and 10, here's Wentz. Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now a pass dumped off to his running back, and he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Wentz to throw again. Thomas has got it, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Wentz. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his third season, Jalen Hurts. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 26 and a first down.
That's going to be a good matchup for him, using him out of the backfield and telling those linebackers, hey, you're not only going to have to try and run with him, but you're going to have to try and tackle him in the open field.
This is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 36 yards. And the Eagles are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. Now, early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Wentz now on first down. And yet again, it's McLaurin. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's second down. Wentz now to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Now Wentz on third down. And he finds McLaurin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. To throw is Wentz. Quick slant, Dotson. Touchdown, Washington. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Commanders have taken the lead. Now Joey Sly for the point after. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Some good games coming up here in Week 3, the first weekend of fall officially. And tonight, the Niners and Broncos from Denver. 49er fans are probably saying, wait, I thought we were done with Russell Wilson. No, they'll see him tonight. And then on Monday, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on fourth down. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well, no one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game going here, partner. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first. Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation. I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play in football.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady game.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Hurts to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. This has neither the distance nor the accuracy. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Wentz to throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Hurts. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
In a draft day stunner, A.J. Brown was shipped from Tennessee to Philadelphia. It appeared to be the long-awaited answer for Tennessee at receiver, and now he can be that same long-awaited answer in Philadelphia. 2,000-yard seasons and 24 touchdowns in his first 3 years in the league. He gives Philly the type of wide receiver one the team hasn't had in almost a decade.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts. And his throw is going to be incomplete. A misconnection. He's out just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
When you see the evolution of the game, you go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand.
I actually like the fake, all right? It gave it a shot. This is one of those plays where you really think you're going to fool people because he shoveled it off to the kicker, and he was going to try and get it running. We have seen it be successful before, but definitely not on this play.
Yeah, I was going to say, as the kicker, when you see that it's probably not going to work, just terror and panic in your eyes, I would imagine.
What we really needed there was the close-up of his face while he was running.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wentz complete. It's Dotson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Again, it's Wentz. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman. But no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's second down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is caught. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. The deception there pays off to perfection. 14 yards on the fake punt and a first down. Looking to throw. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's second down. The Eagles send out their punter now in punt formation. But we've seen it all now. It's a fake. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Not exactly sure why they'd have him throwing the ball there out of a punt formation. They'll have another shot at things as it's third down now. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. So here's Washington now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Wentz going to try and throw on third. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Now Wentz. His throw incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in position to dictate to the offense.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he finds McLaurin. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop him. On the draw, it's Gibson. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Once more, Gibson. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Wentz going to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kaiser White. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Holding. Defense.
So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still have the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And that is one, no doubt, that may come back to haunt them because the PAT tied it. They didn't need to go for two.
I keep searching for an explanation. I know it's quick right here. I think I can search for the next year and not come up with anything that absolutely works. Kick the point, man. Kick the point. I don't get it.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
A third quarter now, and a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wentz. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we play 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. To throw, it's Wentz. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he'll be brought down on the other side.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So the 14 yards actually takes them from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Now Wentz again. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And he's going to take this close to the 1st down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 21. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Throwing now is Wentz. And that is incomplete.
They're picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. That would have been a 1st down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down. Screen shows 3rd down. And what in the world? Now they're going to fake it. And that'll be incomplete. But remember, crazy situation here you don't see often. Not 4th down yet, so they will keep possession. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Got a man. It's Brown. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. On 1st down, Wentz. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down. Straight ahead, Gibson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
Maybe the old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now Wentz. is caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth. A bit of extra pressure now for this one on Joey Sly. This to get the lead up to 4. Sly able to put this one through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Hurts and the Eagles now. Down 17-13, 23 seconds to go. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So many practices we've watched over time where the offense works on scoring late in the game and finding a way to win, as we just saw there.
Just saw it right there. Now can they preserve that advantage that they just got? Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Wentz to throw. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
One final try now for Wentz. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Eagles, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville